Hey everybody, BeyondDrewTV here. Welcome back to Planet Coaster. Welcome back to a new series in Planet Coaster. I'm going to go ahead and start building a kind of small to medium-sized city zoo. I've been working on this project kind of behind the scenes here for a few weeks, pretty much ever since Mr. Geekism, Mr. John T. Sparrow, and Mass Bandit there started their Uzuri Gardens, and you had of course Mr. S. Stan Wolf doing his awesome Planet Safari stuff as well. Kind of gave me the inspiration and kick to want to do a kind of, zoo project myself, but I didn't want to do the, the adventure thing. Those guys have that covered amazingly well. Again, if you haven't checked out Uzuri Gardens or Planet Safari, any of that fun stuff from those guys, be sure to go check that stuff out. I'll try and link that down below. But yeah, I wanted to do something similar with all this amazing, Theme Maker Toolkit items that we have from, people like Dead-Eyed Duck, Red Mist, making all these amazing animals and stuff like that, and make a zoo. But I didn't want to do that adventure park kind of zoo, so I figured, you know what, I'll make a zoo that I'm kind of familiar with visiting as a kid there, which is typically ones that are in the middle of a city. So I've been to ones like the Brookfield Zoo, which is outside or in Chicago there. What else? The Milwaukee Zoo. So a lot of like city zoos, and yeah, I kind of wanted to create my own there. So yeah, I'll kind of pull back here, kind of give you a look at what I've been doing. The thought that I had again was I really wanted to have this kind of almost in the middle of a city a little bit. So here is a neighborhood right here that I've been working on that is just before the zoo and everything. We'll get to that in just a minute. But here's a little neighborhood that I went ahead and almost kind of recreated. This is actually extremely similar to the neighborhood that I grew up on, actually. Two of the houses out of the three that I used, I just kind of copied some of them around and repainted them. Two of them are actually my neighbor's houses from when I grew up, and then the other one is just a random house from a random, just pulled up a picture kind of thing. So, but yeah, and the street design is straight up just, I Googled, like, Google Maps my old neighborhood and just did it again there. But yeah, here's your little neighborhood here, pretty much all the way filled out. Might want to add in a few other little details here and there, but I'm pretty content with where it is. You have your, your ditches on the side here. Some of the houses, are a little bit maybe run down more so than other people, maybe not taking care of their driveways. They're getting kind of worn down. Maybe the mailboxes aren't looking as nice or anything. So, you have a few of those. You have, oh no, this is not supposed to be like this. It's supposed to be buried there, but oh well. This is supposed to be like a dog, leash holder there. I gotta raise the land right there. So you have that, a few little houses here and there, and then right here, there we go. I actually stole this from Hardpunk Core, from Lunawood actually, and Hardpunk Core made this. This is a cell phone tower, and I really liked the idea of putting it back here in the neighborhood there. You sometimes see it, and it's kind of surrounded by, trees and everything, kind of maybe be a little hidden there, just a little bit maybe. Not so much, but so there you go. And then you have the last remaining houses here, but the ditch kind of runs into a runoff pond, which is right behind this person's house. Hey, you guys got lucky there. So there is that. Again, there's little things I have to do here and there, like some of the land has been, I have to fix some of the land and everything. I knew. I just want to show this off in the generalness of it right now, kind of just show off what I'm doing here. Alright, so there's the neighborhood, and let's go ahead and move forward here. I still have some more stuff I want to put here. I might want to put some more commercial buildings, because we're going to run this road, leading it out of the map and everything. So we might make a little commercial building section as well. But here is where we start to get into the main bread and butter of it. So yeah, here is a kind of city park, I guess. And like I said, a lot of the times when I see how these zoos were, it would be you have a giant, or not giant, but you have a city park, right, and then a zoo is in a portion of the park. Especially, I'm really looking at the Denver Zoo. When I was living in Denver a year or so ago, we went to the Denver Zoo a few times, and that is in the middle of like their Denver's version of like Central Park or whatever. Their main city park. It's sectioned off, and like there's a museum in this section, and then there's a zoo in this section, yada yada. So I want to do that same thing. So this front part right here is actually like a city park. And then again, going with, I love the jankiness. So here's our sidewalk leading into it. Definitely looks like the sidewalk has seen some, better days, having some, roots growing up onto it, kind of lifting up the concrete and everything like that. So there's that. And then the main gate to get into the main park here. Here is that. There's Frank. What's up, Frank? Thanks for being my scale man. So here's your main entranceway into the kind of city park area. We're gonna talk about that, I know, right there. But then here's your main, one of the main park areas here. And I took this, I did a lot of reference images with Google Images again. My first rendition of this, I had a lot of trees. And after looking at a lot of parks there, kind of realized, I kind of overdid it with trees in the city park. It's a lot of open areas, a lot of, benches and stuff like that. So I kind of kept that open, had to kind of restrict myself with trees. And then on the other side here, I really like this idea. I saw this, that they have these little pavilions that you can almost rent out from like the Rotary Club and stuff like that. And I know this looks a little bit like it's sticking out like a sore thumb, but there was a few buildings I saw again that were, you could rent out little squares like this with a pavilion that had maybe charcoal grill in it, and they were very bright and colorful like this in this kind of weird way. So I know it looks really out of place, but I kind of like that. It's just like a little detail that you see in like real kind of parks and stuff like that. So again, there's little details here and there I want to keep adding in, but the main design and idea is there for the park there. So and then as we move forward, go to the buildings that I casually just kind of skipped over. Here is where the entranceway to the zoo is actually. So these are your entrance buildings to the zoo, and no real like time period or anything. I didn't really come up with like a lore or backstory like how old the zoo is or anything like that. These buildings I know are based off of the Racine Zoo in Racine, Wisconsin. These two buildings here are based are in their entranceway, and I really liked how they looked. So yeah, that's where those are based off of. But yeah, this is your entranceway there. We need to kind of make some ticket holding booths, where you can buy some tickets, maybe get a few carts out in the openness here, kind of box it in obviously and everything. But yeah, this is the very general start to the zoo. And then again, as far as this is probably going to be a, I'll kind of mention this is going to be a gift shop here. You're kind of starting off gift shop. Hello, window, what are you doing? So there you go. That's all we have now. So again, we're going for, again, a small to medium sized zoo. So it's not, the theming is not going to be overdone. The exhibits are, again, just to reiterate, are not going to be overdone. They're not, it's not like it has a ginormous budget. It'll probably be a lot of, janky kind of chain link fences, maybe a hall or two. When I say hall, like, they have the chimpanzee or the ape hall and, the prime, or yeah, there you go. There's the word, the primate hall and like the bird, exhibit hall and stuff like that. So we might be able to have a few of those, but really, realistically, the budget probably wouldn't call for it with it being a smaller to medium sized zoo there. So, and a lot of this also depends on what, again, the amazing creators out of the Theme Makers Toolkit make. So, we have some lions, some zebras, a lot of African kind of animals. I know they're kind of looking to, from what I've heard from a few people, they're looking to make some more, non-African kind of animals, maybe some more North American and, just some more spread out variety of animal there. So as they keep creating amazing things, we can keep thinking about different exhibits we want to put in there. So yeah, there is that. I do plan to maybe try and get a time lapse of two of this. Just when I kind of started building this at first, I just kind of was on a whim. I was kind of watching, I think it was episode 1.5 of Uzuri Gardens, and I was like, you know what? I want to build a zoo kind of thing too. So I will, in the future, now that I'm kind of planning it out, I will try and record a time lapse or two, and hopefully share that. So awesome. If this is your first time coming through the channel there, and you haven't subscribed, go ahead and consider doing so. We do a lot of Planet Coaster, Parkitect, other simulation strategy, business kind of games there. And if you've made it this far in the video and haven't already, be sure to give the video a like. It does help out the channel, help out the video immensely there. And yeah, appreciate y'all as always. Comment below what you think of the zoo so far. And until the next episode of Planet Coaster, we'll see you in the next one. Thanks.